in the building, and I've got another interview I'm hoping you guys are as excited as I am about. Talking to the top collectors in the world in Yu-Gi-Oh! And this guy comes to the list as one of the top ones. This is Peter, a.k.a. Petiparty on Instagram. Definitely look at his Instagram. Amazing content. Tell me, Peter, how's it going, man?
Not too bad, man. I don't know if I'd call myself one of the top ones in the world, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Collections-wise, though, man, you got to be up there. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
So I'll just start it off with what got you started in Yu-Gi-Oh?
I literally started buying packs when I was a kid. I remember going to this old used bookstore that used to sell just randomly like Pokemon cards back in the day. Then they started selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they were only place like anywhere handy to my mom's house where you could go buying packs. Like,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they were the only place within at least a 6-hour drive. Yeah, so I went in there and I bought a pack of LOB. It was like $7 Canadian, I think. I don't know where the heck they were buying them from.
Wow.
So anyways, I bought it. Then I pulled the Exodia arm. I was like, oh, no. Yes, swear to God. I was pretty well hooked from that point on. Yeah, I collected a lot as a kid. Got out of it around, I'll say, Dark Crisis.
Okay.
And then from there, randomly I just buy up collections the last few years for the sake of buying collections. Say, oh, look at obelisks in that. I'll buy that because obelisk's cool.
Right.
Then I watched one of old school experts' videos. He was doing his top 25. I think it was 2017 he did that one, or 2018.
The top 25 cards.
Yeah, top 25 most valuable cards that he had, and I had 6 of his top 10 ungraded, and they're all in mint condition because I'm like a OCD freak when it comes to condition on cards. So I started looking up. He's like, oh, Dark Magician Girl first edition MFC was like 1,400 at the time in a 10. It's like, wish to God they were still that cheap now. But I looked at it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got the card. So then I just like pulled out my old sets and stuff I had in storage. I was like, wow, I do have a lot of these. So then I sent them off to get graded, and then I got hooked from there. So I just keep buying and selling and buying and selling now.
For sure. That's actually a pretty cool story, man. Ian's an awesome guy. I mean, I watch his channel a lot too, especially that specific video. I know which one you're talking about. But yeah, that's cool. I had no idea on that. What would you say is your favorite card of all time, and why is that reason?
Favorite card of all time or favorite card in my collection?
Let's do both.
Okay. Honestly, I'd have to probably say, if we're talking about like the aesthetics and the look of the card, I'm going to say Change of Heart. I absolutely love that card. That's one of the coolest artworks of anything ever. I don't care what anyone says. You can fight me over it if you want. Favorite card in my collection, I'd probably have to say my 9.5 LOB first edition Wavy Blue Eyes, just because I grade that thing myself. And
I agree. You got a 9.5, 9.5, and a 10 and a 9.5. Is that right? Like 3 9.5?
Yeah, I can't remember. The center is 10, everything else is 9.5.
That's the highest graded one on them ever, isn't it?
Oh, God, no. There's 3 Beckett gold label 10s now since.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's cool.
No, there's 4 now, actually. They've all been graded in the last 8 months.
Really?
However that happened. Yeah.
Is that all from separate collectors, or is that somebody hoarding them all? Or
I have no idea. I know one guy in particular has been trying very hard to get a black label 10. If you look at the pop report on Beckett, most of them get screwed over on centering. I know one guy who has one of them, he's probably never going to sell. I don't know who has the other 3. I can take guesses at it, but there's only be a shot in the dark.
For sure. I mean, that's a prestigious card, man. Everybody wants it. Even the raw copies, PSA 1s are selling like, you see that $500 for PSA 1 the other day.
I know, man.
It's crazy.
I'm happy with what I got now, but I'm always trying to buy more. There's a few auctions up now and ending soon. I'm trying to get on top of what I already got. Blue Eyes is like Charizard with Pokemon, man. It's just going to keep going up, especially Wavy. Doesn't matter if they collect Yu-Gi-Oh or not. Like, I have Pokemon guys asking me about Wavy LOB cards, and they don't give a shit about Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just they know that Wavy is king when it comes to LOB. Whether people like Tim want to disagree with me or not, that's up to debate. But the fact is, especially with Blue Eyes, the price differential on that card in Wavy compared to Glossy is just stupid.
So while we're talking about Wavy here, you bought your Wavy LOB first ed box. Was that about a month and a half, 2 months ago?
About a month and a half, yeah.
Month and a half. And as soon as you bought that, I swear it was like a spike. Like, the market went nuts. People were like taking out loans to go get this box. And
I'm honestly debating buying another 1 or 2. I just didn't think it was. I knew it was going to jump. I just didn't think it was going to jump that much because I was doing the math on it and figuring out if you could make money by opening the boxes, and you could under 10 grand. At that point, you can still do it now, depending on how cheap you get them. But no one is selling that box for under 15 now.
15 so, is the best I've seen it. And even that, the guy's hesitant. The one on eBay, if you've seen that one. But maybe you bought your box.
Good luck even getting one for 20 at this point.
Really? I'm going to hold on to mine, and that's my pride and joy right there.
I managed to pick up Gaia, the Dragon Champion glossy box as well. So paid a little bit more than that for that one than I wanted, but the thing was case fresh. Like, it's absolutely mint condition.
So you're the one that won the auction the other day, the PWC. Oh man! Oh my goodness! I've been wondering who bought that, and I was bidding on that, by the way. I want you to know that I was bidding on it.
I messaged them and asked them to send me a picture of the barcode so I could figure out which box it was. And they sent me the barcode, but they didn't put the barcode on the auction. So it's like the chances of people knowing this is a Gaia the Dragon Champion box compared to Trihorn Dragon glossy box. I was like, there might be 5 or 6 people who bothered to ask them for the barcode.
Right.
I like those odds.
I mean, and that's a more rare box, correct? Like, it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Man. Gosh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad it went to somebody that cherishes it. That's good. I really been wondering who got that.
I was gonna make a post on it the other day, but I didn't want people to get too salty because I know 2 other people who were bidding on it. I didn't know you were bidding on it though. So sorry.
No, you're good, man. It's good. I when it went above 10, I shut down the. Yeah, you gotta. You know, I don't know if you're married or kids or anything. It's a little bit different when you got a family.
Funny story. I won that by, I think it was $20.
Really?
If whoever was bidding against me till the bitter end had gone another $20 higher, they would have beat my high bid.
That was a fun auction, man. I was watching it like a hawk, bidding a little, and then it got out of hand at the last minute. Had to shut it down.
No, the last minute just went stupid, dude. I was like, there's no way anyone's going to bid this high, but just in case, I just picked a random number, and the ending bid was $20 off my max. I was like, well, shit.
You know, this is personal opinion, but I really think that's still undervalued. That might be crazy, but give it a few, you know, it might even be till Christmas. I really see these boxes spiking again. It would not surprise me.
From my experience and in my opinion, generally what happens with the market is it'll be completely flat for anywhere from 3 to 8 months, and then the availability will dwindle and it'll just disappear, and then people panic and the FOMO kicks in real hard, and then the price will shoot up, for a couple months, and it'll plateau again for another few months, and it shoots up again. Because the same thing will happen with the LOB boxes, with Wavy especially. Like this time last year, they were selling for, I'm going to say, in the spring, around 4,000, and then they started climbing, and then they plateaued around 7,500, 8,000 for the longest time. And then I got that one a month and a half ago, and it just went through the roof.
That was probably the best investment I ever did. I paid $4,000 originally for my box, so
you can't go wrong with that, man.
It's but that's awesome, man. I tip my hat to you on that, getting that one. That was a good one. Does it look pretty sick, though? The box itself? I mean, it looks sharp corners and everything.
Yeah, man. Like it looked case fresh. Like I couldn't understand it, like where that thing came from. I kind of worried that there's another 11 of them just hiding out there somewhere. But either way,
there's a few cases out there. I might could tell you where it is, but it might cost.
Yeah. It was the same thing with Ancient Sanctuary, because all last year Ancient Sanctuary was going for like 200, 250 a box, and then Gary bought out the market, and it jumped to 400, and then it was at 4 to 450 up until I'll say 2 months ago when I bought out the market.
Yeah,
and then
for 7. I saw that. I was debating on doing that. You beat me to the man.
3 of the ones I got off Dave and Adams were actually unlimited. They had to go back, but I got another 5 besides. So, fun fact on how many Ancient Sanctuary boxes I have now. But like they started selling, then they've been selling at 600. Now the cheapest you can find, one on Troll and Toad, is actually unlimited. I had someone who asked them for pictures, and it's unlimited. It's not first edition at all. So the only one you can buy is from Pokerebs for $2,000.
Yeah, he jumped the price on his. I saw that. I mean, go ahead.
It was the same thing with Metal Raiders, man. Because I bought the first one he had after an auction ended at 2,700, and he had his listed for 28. So as soon as the auction was over, I said, either someone else is going to buy this one, or he's going to jack the price up. So binned it within 5 seconds of the other auction ending, and then the next day he listed another one for, I think he's got it up for 6,500 now, or 6,000. It's like double what the last one was.
He's a smart businessman, but at the same time, I don't know about his price hikes, man. I mean, when I don't know if you saw my Labyrinth of Nightmare first ed opening. The next, it was like 3 days later, he relisted his box from 1,200 to 5,000.
Yeah, man, but he's the only one selling, so find me a cheaper alternative.
That's true. That makes sense. I can't hate on the guy for trying to make money. Yeah, the Ancient Sanctuary, man. I think it's a very undervalued set. I mean, especially the one just sold yesterday, I think on eBay for $750 or best offer, and I bet it went probably at least $600, $650. So
the last 3, I didn't see that one. The last 3 I saw went for like $590 to $600 range.
Yeah, that's so right though, going from $400 to $600 in what, a month and a half?
Yeah, wow. Last year there were 200. You couldn't sell them. No one was buying them.
That's crazy.
I was talking to someone else who was buying them for $80 3 years ago at a trade show.
Crazy. And I'll tell you, when you were talking about a minute ago on the market, how it's plateaued and it spikes, I feel like it's going to be just like it's going to spike again once these stimulus checks come out again.
Yep.
Because what are people doing? They're staying at the home. They're staying at the house. They're doing now. They're just shopping online. They've got their extra money. And what are they going to do? They're going to get on eBay and buy these boxes.
It was the same thing with the Metal Raiders cards, man, because all of those 10s went nowhere for a year or more. Like, look at Time Wizard. Time Wizard was $300 to $350 for like a year and a half. Did not move at all. All of a sudden, now it's gone for over $1,200 on auction.
Well, you saw the
like that was like $1,500 card. The last one sold for $1,300. That was at $300 or $400 forever.
And there's one listed, I think, for $10,000 for the Thousands Dragon. But 90s collector on Instagram. He's been buying up those.
Yeah,
And,
I've got a few too, but not as many as him.
yeah, that's a sweet looking card. I mean, the artwork on it is ridiculously awesome. And I mean, obviously, being Joey's card from the show, that was really iconic. So
Yeah, the last hollow I'm missing from Metal Raiders down at 10 is Black Skull Dragon. I just refuse to pay the $1,000 that everyone wants for it.
right.
Like I'll re-grade my 9 8 times if I have to. I don't care. I'm not paying $1,000 for that card.
Rather trade for it or something. So on the topic of like you were talking about boxes a minute ago on Ancient Sanctuary, do you know how many sealed boxes you have total?
Yeah, ballpark
figure? Well,
yeah,
we're curious, man. How many boxes? How many sealed boxes? Or ballpark figure. There we go.
more than 10, less than 1,000.
Oh, we got to have a little bit better ratio than that. Come on. Give the people what they want. I'll throw out a number and tell me if I'm hot or cold. So let's go with 120.
Yu-Gi-Oh less, first edition Yu-Gi-Oh less than that. That's all you're getting out of me.
Okay, man, that's a toughie. I tried, guys. I tried. It's very curious, though. I mean, I know I see how much stuff you pick up a lot, and it's always curious to me, like if you're reselling it or if you're hoarding it, or saving it for a rainy day. Do you ever see yourself ever selling your collection?
The running joke on Instagram is I'm like Smog when it comes to most of my cards. I just hoard them, and you'll never see the light of day again unless someone tries to steal them on me. But that being said, generally what I do is I'll buy collections, and then I keep what I want, and I just sell everything else. I try to get my money back for the collection after everything's been graded, and then usually I'll get greedy and keep more than I should, and sometimes I'll end up selling some stuff to buy more stuff. Because like if something like Cyberstein, for example, like I picked that one up in a 10 in February for just shy of 4,000.
4,000.
Yeah, so like I had a bunch of stuff I didn't really need at the time. The guy offered me like 50% over what the last ones that sold were. So stuff like that I can pick up later on, compared to something like Cyberstein where there's only like 130 copies, especially in a 10. Right. I mean, sometimes that'll wiggle some stuff out of the collection, but outside that, not a whole lot.
Well, that makes sense. Definitely, keep the, your top tier ones, and then sell what you don't really like, and then it makes sense, man.
Man, like everything I sold so far of the year is like tripled or quadrupled in value.
I don't realize Yu-Gi-Oh is an investment. It's better than the stock market right now. I mean,
100%, man.
This is like, if you're buying an LOB box, you're buying Tesla stock right now. That's pretty much what you're doing.
No, you're buying Tesla 2 years ago. But your return is now.
That's fair. Because that's off topic. I know stock, on Tesla, but man, it's crazy stock. I wish I'd invested in that one.
Yeah.
So going on with your collection here, where do you, what are your collection goals for the rest of the year? And then following up to that question in the next 5 years.
I mean, I've got Metal Raiders and Magic Ruler pretty well finished now with my registry sets. I've got them mostly in 10s. The last few cards, I'm sending in more non-hollows to try to hit them in 10s. I should, depending on when PSA finishes grading them, I should have all of them clued up by Christmas time, hopefully January, February, depending on what the turnarounds end up being like. Right. Magic Ruler now, I think I'm at, with the sub I just finished up, I think I'm at 85-90% in 10s. I've got all hollows done, so all the heavy lifting's done. Like I told you about earlier with that damn October Burster.
Right.
Getting 2 of those in 6 makes me kind of salty. So I'll probably just, cards like that, I'll probably just sub 5 or 6 of them in one go and just eat the loss on it just for the sake of getting it done.
So I think mentioned before to me that you have the biggest magic ruler
Yeah, I'm number
reg-
one in the registry right now.
in the world. Is that right? That's registered
Yeah,
PSA.
the registry, Magic Ruler, Metal Raiders. Hold on now. I'm number
Also,
one in 5 out of the 11 original sets, I think.
wow, guys, did you hear that? Number one. Wow.
Like I could have finished LOB 5 or 6 times by now, but I'm like that dog and Up when he sees a squirrel and gets distracted and goes and does something else.
No worries. I have that
Uh,
too.
I've graded almost 10% of all the LOB cards ever graded. So like, yeah, I could have finished
10%
LOB like 5 times by now. Oh yeah, man. I've graded about 1,000 LOB cards total.
out
Like
of
only
those thousand.
edition. I don't do limited. So like, if you take out unlimited and all the foreign sets, I'd be a lot higher than 10%. The only person I know who may have graded more than me is probably Ed Birdman, because Ed's graded an absolute massive amount. Ed just grades everything.
Man, yeah, I know. I've heard of Ed. I haven't really talked to him much, but he's
Ed,
a power seller for sure, man.
yeah, no, Ed's a super nice guy, I gotta say.
Oh man, so 10%. Wow, that's crazy. I'm just trying to fathom that in my head right now. How many cards that
Yeah,
is? That's
there's about
for like 10
12,000.
years.
There's about 12,000 LB cards total graded right now, including unlimited and foreign language, and
Hmm.
I've done about 1,000 of
Is that over like the last 5 years, last 10 years?
them. Actually, I only started grading LOB last January. It's about a year and a half.
Less than 2 years. Already that many. That's a lot of packaging, man.
I
Man.
just keep buying up collections, man. Like it's a safe investment, especially if you're buying non-hollows for a few bucks each. Like
Mhm.
even if you only get 20%, you can consider are gradable to send off and get graded. You're not going to lose your money if you got to turn around and sell near mint LOB stuff, or if you want to sit on it for a few years.
Right.
It's only going to go up. Same thing with base set Pokemon. Like if you look at even the 8s and 9s in base set Pokemon, especially in the last year, it's gone nuts.
Oh yeah, I
Like
saw a bunch of mine in the last month and a half, and I can't. Every time I post it, it's already sold on eBay. Like I guess I'm doing them too low. They're just everyone's buying. Pokemon's crazy right now.
where's that giant tower? Okay, never mind. I got rid of the leaning tower of 8s. I'm down here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so here it is now. This is all just random 8s and 9s. So just non-hollow LOB in here and here.
You
Yeah.
said there's about 500 or 600 in there.
How many are in here? It's just a bunch. I got more than that though. That's just random rejects. I got 8s and 9s.
Awesome, man.
I don't sell them because there's no point. I'm not going to get back what I paid for even grading the cards at this point. So
Right.
I'll just sit on them for a few years and I'll make some money down the road.
Do you prefer the actually grading or just the seal or just having a sealed box?
I like grading because it's fun. Like, you know yourself, it's nice to see the grades
Right.
and try
Especially
to figure
if you pull the card
out where it's
yourself.
going to go up.
Right. Yeah, I love obviously pulling the cards, but grading, especially if it comes back a sick grade, that's you're just cheesing all day.
Yeah. Especially if it's a super hard card to find or if it's a super low pop card.
Oh, for sure. The what would you say is there's so many cards out there. I feel like that are just pop one. Um, like the prize cards, for instance.
Yep.
The how do you say it? Volstalga? I don't even know how to say it.
This one's I
Volstalga?
guess think it is.
Yeah. So
Full
that
stock.
one is pop one, and Karma was asking for 85K. What do you think
Yeah.
of that price?
I could have had a 9.5 last week, and I'm salty about that. I picked up another Cyberstein though, so I can't be too salty.
So prize cards, do you see those as a huge.
I've been saying they're undervalued for the last 6 months, man. Like, if you can buy any of the Shonen Jump prize cards or even the World Championship prize cards to a lesser extent, just buy them. They're only going to go up.
Right.
It's one of the safer, outside of LOB, it's probably the safest bet to keep your money wise, because there's a set number of them.
And you can't get any more, and once they're gone, they're gone. And
yeah,
they're hard.
I highly doubt Konami's going to whip out another 80 Cybersteins at a UDS event again.
Right. Man, that's crazy. The prize cards are just nuts. I enjoy. My favorite one, I would say, would be the Crush card buyers, of course. But finding that, I saw one on eBay, and I don't know who picked that up, but that one, oh my gosh, that one. There's no telling what that one priced at, because I'm assuming it went for or best offer, right? You know which one I'm talking about, the PSA 10 one?
Oh, I didn't know there was a PSA 10 Crush that sold. No, that was a joke. That didn't actually sell.
Oh, that was a joke? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's trolling someone.
Well, yeah, he told me I didn't realize it either, so that's crazy.
Yeah, no, he was just trolling someone.
Man, oh man, these trolls out there. It's crazy, especially like onto another point on like eBay, for instance. I feel like there's so many scams going on where it's like not necessarily scamming, but it's more of they title first edition for a box or something, and you can see the picture and it shows unlimited, or vice versa. It's been tampered with, or people out there have really got to be more vigilant on what they're buying. What would you say? Following up to that, what do you do to keep from, pretty much covering yourself? Like if you buy something that, how do you prevent something like that from happening?
Buy on eBay, pay with PayPal, pay PayPal with a credit card. Because if eBay rejects your claim, go to PayPal. PayPal rejects it, just do a chargeback on your credit card.
So that gives you 3 forms of protection, it seems like.
It sucks when you're a seller. It's great when you're a buyer.
Well, that's why I would, assuming you enjoy buying more than selling. Is that right?
I hate dealing with people when I'm selling stuff. I've actually sold stuff to people cheaper just because I've dealt with them before, because I don't want to deal with the hassle.
That's funny. No, I totally understand. It makes sense. It's like your time is money, and how value it is, and but yeah, who doesn't prefer buying? Buying is so much more fun.
Yeah.
So I asked Gezi this question, so I'm really interested to see your response to this, because I'll just get into it. Who would you say is the most liked and the most disliked in the Yu-Gi-Oh community?
Probably Ian, old school expert's the most liked. It really wouldn't surprise me. Either him or Ruxin, probably. Right. Ruxin posts a lot more, so he might have the edge now. But if you're talking a year or two ago, Ian, because Ian's just an awesome dude. Yu-Gi-Oh lovers is probably the biggest troll on the planet, and I don't know anyone who has said a nice thing about that dude ever. So probably him.
Right. Yeah, he's got a lot of heat on him, man. He just, I don't know. I want to be careful because I don't want him trolling on me. He's trolled on me a couple times. I had to block him.
Out of all the accounts I have blocked on Instagram, half of them are Yu-Gi-Oh lovers.
Really?
They just keep making new ones to shit on me more. I don't know why. Like, what have I done to you, dude?
Well, when I recall my interaction with him, he followed me for a while, and then because I didn't like, he commented that I didn't like his posts enough, so that's why he started trolling me. So I was like, that's kind of a weird, comment to say. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like every post that I see. I like what I like. That's pretty much what it's for, I think. But that being the reason why I'm getting trolled, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, that's a very similar answer to what Gezi had, actually. So, but it makes sense. It makes sense. So I'm going to do a last section here where we're going to do 10 questions where it's going to be either or, and it's supposed to be quick, and you just off the top of your head for me. So, Yugi or Kaiba?
Yugi.
Bakura or Pegasus? Said that right.
Ooh, Pegasus.
Horse glossy or wavy?
Wavy. What kind of question is that?
That's a no-brainer. We should probably scratch that one out. Blue eyes or red eyes?
Blue eyes.
Blue eyes. Is that because of value or is that because of nostalgia?
Wavy red eyes and like the LOB red eyes is the actual one from the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think if LOB blue eyes was like the starter deck and they'd switched, no one would argue with it at all. They'd just say, oh, well, blue eyes is blue eyes. I think that would be the only pushback, but like, I just like blue eyes.
All right. That was a good answer.
I don't care about the artwork.
It's more of like the value and what it means to you.
Yeah, I just like the card, regardless of what artwork it is.
All right. Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl?
Dark Magician.
Blister packs or booster packs?
Booster packs.
Buying or selling? I guess you already answered that one earlier. But
Yeah, buying.
IOC or MFC?
IOC.
PSA or BGS?
Ooh, I like BGS more for my personal collection, but PSA with registries and resale and buying in general. It's way easier to buy stuff in PSA 10 than Beckett 9.5 because no one grades in Beckett for the most part.
That makes sense. That's
Yeah.
huge. And then my favorite one, eBay or Instagram?
Instagram.
Is it because you feel like there's better deals, hands down?
That, and it's way easier to sell on Instagram than dealing with YOLO 420 Blaze It Up on eBay, who has, like I said, 3 different chargeback options available.
All right. That makes sense. Oh, man. That's nuts. It's yeah, I mean, it's crazy how many platforms you've got, so many websites nowadays to choose from. But I still think Instagram, at least for the Yu-Gi-Oh community, is hands down the way to go. Maybe a little bit of Reddit, maybe, but I'd say Instagram's hands down. That's the best platform for us, at least.
100%.
But yeah, that was pretty much all the questions I had, at least prepared. Was there anything else on your mind that you want to talk about, market-wise, collection-wise, anything?
Not really, man, unless you got something else you want to ask.
Let's see here. Let's finish it off with one last question here. Where do you see the future of Yu-Gi-Oh in the next 10 years?
Ooh, depends on how good the counterfeits get. That's my only fear. Outside of counterfeit, not too worried. Because have you seen some of those fake DDS blue eyes
that was
kicking
the one
around?
DDS was Sassiato was showing that one that looks so real. Oh my gosh.
Yep. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those pass PSA. Because unless you know what you're doing, you're not going to catch that shit.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy.
The thing I'm afraid of.
Man, you got to be careful too. That's a $4,000 card right now, and people don't realize you got to be super careful. You're buying stuff like this, you get it from a reliable source. That's why sometimes I don't like overpaying for anything, but if I know it's legit, it sometimes is worth it. Opinion, of course. But if anything, though, Peter, aka Petiparty, I really enjoyed this interview, man. This was really fun. Guys, check out his Instagram if you haven't seen it. Amazing content. I'm just amazing. Those LOB first set blisters I saw, by the way. I picked up 2 myself, so had to get some.
I'll give you an exclusive now. I've got some French Canadian ones showing up now in a couple days. I'm excited for.
Oh wow, man! I can't wait to see that post. That'll be cool.
Yeah, French Canadian are impossible to find because you can only buy them in Quebec.
In Quebec?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, if anything, man, it was a very fun interview. Like I said, guys, check out his Instagram. This is another part. We're going to continue the series doing interviews with the top collectors in the world. And Petiparty here. He's definitely something to check out. Amazing quality content and an awesome guy. I've talked to you a couple times, man, and just it's really cool when I see someone who's really passionate and genuine at the same time, because you don't really see that nowadays. So I do really appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks.
For sure.
Talking to you. It's always nice talking to someone who has all their screws tightened up top.
I try my best. Guys, until the next video, Yugiohprodigy.
And the next one, oh, Dark Necrofear.
Necrofear.
That is a huge pull, guys.
Oh my goodness.
We're hoping to get red eyes, blue eyes, of course.
No, blue eyes.
Oh, baby! Oh! Different dimension fusion. Oh, baby. First edition. That's what we're talking about. Oh my God!